So now we are going to discuss about the next 50 questions. These are on the pharmaceutical chemistry questions. That is, the chemical name of aspirin is acetyl salicylic acid. Sulfonamide act as a PABA analogs. Beta-lactam antibiotics inhibit the cell wall synthesis of bacteria. Quinolones inhibit the DNA gyrase. Rifampicin inhibit the RNA polymerase. Vancomycins inhibit the peptidoglycan synthesis. Vancomycins inhibit the peptidoglycan synthesis. Puromycin inhibit the protein synthesis. Penicillin contains the beta-lactam ring. Imatinib inhibits the BCR-ABL tyrokinase. Cyclophosphamide is a alkylating agent. Cyclophosphamide is a alkylating agent. Artemisinin contains the endoperoxide bridge. Morphine is a phenanthricin alkaloid. Procaine is a ester of local anesthetic. Lidocaine is a amide local anesthetic. Procaine is a ester local anesthetic. Lidocaine is a amide local anesthetic. Tetrazole is a bioisostearate. Tetrazole is a bioisostearate of carboxylic acid. Ethambutol has two chiral centers. It means two carbon atom which has 4 different sites or groups. Fluoxetine is a SSRI antidepressant. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor antidepressant. Omeprazole contains the benzimidazole ring. Lovastatin inhibits the HMG-CoA reductase. Nabumeton is a prodrug of NSAID. Nabumeton is a prodrug of NSAID. Prodrug means which is activate after the metabolism. Barbiturates activity requires 5,5 disubstitution. Disubstitution. Barbiturate activity requires the 5,5 disubstitution. Aminotransferases requires the pyridoxal phosphate. IR. Infrared absorption requires the dipole moment sense. X-ray crystallography determines the absolute configuration. 13C NMR less sensitive than 1H NMR. That means 1H NMR is more accurate and more sensitive. 13C NMR is less sensitive than 1H NMR. UV spectroscopy involves in electronic transition. Fluorescence occurs from the singlet excited state. Triplet state more stable than the single excited state. Chromatography separates the compounds by the partitioning. Derivatization increases the volatility of gas chromatography. Refractive index detector is temperature sensitive. RI detector is temperature sensitive. Refractive index detector is temperature sensitive. Fluorescence detector is highly sensitive. Electrochemical detector detects the redox compounds. TLC uses the silica gel as a stationary phase. It is important. SPLC uses the high pressure pumps. Normal phase chromatography uses the polar stationary phase. Reverse phase chromatography uses the non-polar stationary phase. Normal phase chromatography uses the polar stationary phase and reverse phase chromatography uses the non-polar stationary phase. Methanol and acetonitrile are the common HPLC solvent. Methanol and acetonitrile are the common HPLC solvent. Partition coefficient measure the lipophilicity. Log P indicates the drug permeability. Lipinski rules of 5 predicts oral bioavailability. Molecular weight more than 500 prefer for oral drugs. Molecular weight less than 500 prefer for oral drugs. Hydrogen bond donors less than or equal to 5. Hydrogen bond acceptors less than or equal to 10. Log P less than or is equal to 5 is preferred. Drug metabolism occurs mainly in liver. Cytochrome P450 enzyme catalyzes the oxidation reaction. Phase 1 reaction introduces the functional group. Phase 2 reaction involves in the conjugation. Glucuronidation increases the drug solubility. So these are the pharmaceutical chemistry 50 questions. Thank you.